Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's KIM right now in the ATL in Atlanta, headed back to the SAV. And guys, I had to update y'all on the situation of BetterBodyCrew.com. It's KIM in the ATL on the way to the SAV of BetterBodyCrew.com. And I had to update you guys on this situation. First and foremost, let me say, I got a lot of great feedback on the Satan's Sister video. And you guys, let me tell you something. I never, ever do anything to embarrass anybody. That's why I don't share names. I don't share people's, I don't do stuff like that. And if you really listen to that video, it was coming from a place of instruction. I told you about the lessons that I learned because of that interaction. And so, I had no idea when I shot that video that the situation would go on, but it actually did. And so I'm going to discuss with you what happened after that video, and again, what I learned as a result of the interaction. If you are in my company or any company, if you are a business owner, I don't care if it's click and order or brick and mortar, I promise you, you can learn from this situation. Okay? And if you are a customer, if you patronize businesses, you can also learn from this situation. This is not a video this is not a video about that particular woman as much as it is about the whole entire experience. And again, what I learned from it. And I'm going to go more in depth with my team privately. But I wanted to do the video publicly because, like I said, there are so many teachable moments from this story that literally anyone can take from it. So here's the deal, guys. If you did not see the Satan's Sister video, go back and watch it. I'm going to leave a link to it down below. And again, this video is not as much about her as it is about the experience. So this is not to embarrass her. Y'all don't even know who she is, right? I've never shared her name. I never will, because who it is that's not important. But the situation is basically this, y'all. I had a client that ordered from me. If you don't want to watch the whole video because it was long, I had a client that ordered from me during the whole pandemic. And during that time, my company was operating. I'm just happy they were open at all. But they were operating with a very small crew. Many people were working from home. Of course, shipments were delayed. I had a brand new customer to me who wanted to order, but she did not. At that time, it was taking the company a whole 5 to 7 days before they even shipped your order. When normally your order comes in 5 to 7 days, it was taking them 5 to 7 days to even ship it, and then another 5 to 7 days for it to be in transit. So that meant a total of basically 2 weeks before you would get your products. Well, this young lady who wanted to order did not want to wait that long. Even though I directed her to my website, she was like, oh, I don't want to wait. And actually, the product, the kit that she wanted was out of stock. Well, you guys know, in an effort to keep, people happy and just to be more strategic, to have a competitive advantage, I always keep inventory on hand. So regardless of whether the website is out of stock or not, I frequently still have many products. So I was able to accommodate her. And again, I go into the specifics regarding the situation in the original video, but just to give you an update, that's where we're at. The young lady used the products this was a private sale, right? And then go through the corporate website. So my private sales are not protected by the 30-day satisfaction guarantee because I'm not set up like corporate. I'm an individual. Corporate is an entity. They have a team. They have shipping and receiving clerks. They have accounting. I do everything. When I do a private sale, it's all on me. And when I send products out, I don't want them to come back. And it creates an accounting nightmare for me to be receiving stuff in from corporate like that. So people who order from me, and I've never had an issue with this before, people who order from me pretty much understand that. So it's never ever been an issue, and it never is an issue, guys, until it's an issue. So this young lady decided that she was going to use the products, throw 2 of the 3 items that she bought, she threw in the trash, and she sent back 1 item, but she sent it back to my home without any notification and demanded a full refund. And I was like, and she demanded a refund. She paid one way and she wanted me to refund her another way. And so I just let her know that that's not how this works. stuff that you threw. I don't know any business that would refund you for stuff that you throw in the trash, and I will refund you, but only the way that you paid. So anyway, guys, she and I reached an impasse because we hit a roadblock in communication, because she did not want to she didn't want to be refunded the way that she paid, and she kept demanding that I refund her all these other ways that were really inconvenient for me and actually not good business. I don't use Cash App. I don't use Venmo. I used to use those things. I never used Venmo, but I used to use Cash App and PayPal, and again, it wasn't a problem until it was a problem. So last year when I had a hacking issue with those peer-to-peer apps, I decided no more. I'm not going to use those apps. And if you use them, that's fine for you. But for me, it only took one time for my money to be messed with for me to say it's not worth it. I'm not using these apps. So I do not use those apps under any circumstance. I only use the secure bank-to-bank or bank-to-credit union app, Zelle. And then I have a bank merchant account where I can take your credit card information if you do not have Zelle. So to get back to the point, after this young lady and I could not come to an agreement, and she kept making demands that once I say something, that's what it is. And so I told her, the minute you download the app again, the app that you paid with, the app that I use, I'll refund you. She didn't want to do that. I didn't hear from her for a while. I told y'all, she read me the Riot Act. She said God was going to get me, all this other stuff that I was just like, wait, who does that? Anyway, guys, corporate contacted me about, my corporate company contacted me about the transaction on Friday. And I get this email, and the email is saying, hey, we have a customer that's lodging a complaint against you. This could jeopardize your back office. This could jeopardize your... I want y'all to be clear. I have been with my company since 2015. I have provided stellar customer service, won awards, won prizes, built a team, helped people make money, helped people lose weight. So when I get this email, immediately my heart is like, what? However, I'm so thankful. You know why? Because the email said this could jeopardize your back office. And if y'all are in my company, I need y'all to share this, because I'm going to help you and your team with this story. Share this with your team, because if it hasn't happened yet, I promise you it will happen. Oh my gosh. Y'all, please drive safe. There's a huge accident. Atlanta, come on. People in Atlanta be driving so crazy. I hope everybody's okay. But y'all, if this has not happened to you yet, I promise you, if you stay in business long enough, it will. And I'm so grateful that it did happen, because every single time a storm comes, it means you're about to go to the next level. If you just hold tight and you weather the storm. Share this with your team. So when I've never seen this email from corporate before. I don't know of anybody who has gotten an email like this, okay? So the email says this could jeopardize your back office. You know, the client has told us that they paid you. Oh gosh, ma'am, what are you doing? Lord of mercy. Gee whiz. So anyway, they are like, the client has said that they paid you, and basically you took their money. That's what the client was alleging. And so they said, what is your side of the story? Guys, first and foremost, let me tell you something. I told y'all so many times, goodness, y'all don't this accident is so bad. How did this happen? Oh, I hope this lady is okay. Oh my gosh. All right, sorry y'all. This is why I don't be in a rush. I don't be in a rush to go places. And I'm not saying she was in a rush, but stuff be happening quick, y'all. Life is too short. All right, so anyway, let me tell y'all this. I always say, be a student of the profession. Y'all, when I first started this, I listened to MLM Nation. It's a podcast where they bring leaders from all different companies to talk about their journey to success. What do you love about this profession? What do you not like so much? Tell me a good moment. Tell me a bad moment. And so I have learned in listening to tons of people's stories, there are some companies that when the proverbial ish hits the fan, they don't even ask your side of the story. You know that? They will shut you down and ask questions later. They will shut down your back office and say, until further investigation, you are shut down until we figure out what's going on. Thank goodness that my company is not that type of company. Thank goodness that my company is fair enough to say, hey, what's your side of the story, before they just shut you down. Okay, Mr. Truckman, what's going on, Lord? Y'all, this is so weird. Hold on one second, y'all. Oh my goodness. I keep thinking, should I move back to Atlanta or not? And woof. Right now it's looking like I shouldn't. I don't have these issues in Pooler, Georgia. We just go to the Walmart and go home. But anyway, guys, there are some companies, they don't give you any leeway. Okay, they shut you down and ask questions later. And I'm so thankful and grateful that my company is fair. So that's why it's so funny when I hear people who have an axe to grind with the company, or I don't like this about the company. If you guys are a part of my company, just know this is how your company operates. They operate in fairness, guys. So that's the first thing. Be grateful when you're a part of an entity that is fair. There's this quote, and it's really very antiquated, and it says the customer is always right. Y'all, let me tell you something. In this day and age of 2020, the customer is not always right. Nobody is always right. Okay? So I'm happy that my company, while they do seek to advocate on the side of who is right, whether it be the customer or the representative, I'm happy that they are fair and that they understand that it could be either one. You see that? So that's the first thing. The second thing is this. You as a business owner, you got to cover your butt. When I saw that email, first of all, it just sent me in a tizzy, because I was like, how dare who throws products in the trash and then demands a refund for them? Like, as wrong as she was, she still thinks she's right. And I'm a single mom, and this is how I support my son. I don't have a job. This isn't my side hustle. This isn't my plan B. This isn't some little cute thing that helps me make extra money. This is my main thing. And you gonna jeopardize how I feed my son? For what? Okay. So I took screenshots of, and this is why, like, I know some people say, get people on the phone. Yes, you should get people on the phone. And my mom taught me this long ago. Even if you talk to somebody on the phone, you send an email and you say, per our conversation. When you're doing business, you have to document things in black and white. So even if you say something, you go back and you message that person, text them, email them. It has to be something that you can screenshot. Lord, there's another accident. Oh my goodness. So y'all, you have to screenshot something to prove your point. Even if you're right, if you can't prove you're right, then you're wrong. Okay? So I went back for the last month and I screenshot every single interaction, and I let them know. I even screenshot, of course, where she admitted to throwing products in the trash. Now here's the funny thing. You can already guess she did not tell corporate that when she alleged that I took her money. See? She conveniently left that part out, right? I screenshot to corporate the fact that I never once said I wouldn't refund her for what she bought, even though I don't give refunds for private sales, right? So I'm showing corporate, listen, I have tried to resolve this issue. However, this particular person wants things done their way, and it's not in a way that is really good for my business. So, and it's not in a way that's fair. And so after screenshotting all, and I told corporate in the email, I will still refund her money for the product that she sent back to me. not for products. You know, I still stand by my statement even after all of this. And so after waiting on you know, pins and needles, because I was just like, man, how did it get to this? You know? And I'm not gonna lie, it really messed with my head. It really messed me up, because I was like, man, here I am. I put my own money up to buy deals for people. It's a lot of money that I pay for inventory, to be able to have inventory to give people the deals that they miss, to be able to ship people products when the company is out of stock, which that's not a regular thing, but we have great products that are in high demand, and we're a high momentum company. So things can be out of stock for a day or a week. It could be here today, gone tomorrow, and I try to keep as many things in stock as possible, so that when things go out of stock, like I said, I can still provide them to my customers. When I pay money to do that, guys, it's money out of my pocket. So I'm taking money that could go into my household to put into inventory to keep things going for my customers. And you don't have to do that. There are plenty of people in this business, they make big money, they have satisfied customers, and they send everybody to the website, and they're like, if it's not there, oh well. But I know me, and I know how I like to do things. When I started the business, I was unemployed. I borrowed money from my mom for my first 3 products. So for me, it's super important that I provide my customers who are on disability pensions, and they have a very limited funds. I don't like it when they miss the deals. So if I can put up my money to get the deals for them and say, hey, if anybody missed it, I have 1 or 2 left, you can get it, first come, first serve. For me, it's important to provide that, because I know how much that meant for me when I first started on my journey. It helped me to stay consistent. But that's money out of my pocket when I do that. So here I'm thinking, shoot, I'm a good person. I try to work with people. I try to be reasonable. And this is what she does. This is what this person does. Now, keep in mind, I've been doing this for years. This very rarely, if ever, this is only the second time something like this has happened. And even the first person, they were unreasonable, but not like this. And we were able to squash the situation. So I can't even put them in the same category as this particular person, because this is just off the chain. But it made me, in that, like on Friday when I got that email, and I drafted my side of the story and sent all of my proof. It was a lot of screenshots. Y'all, this is even how I run my business. Stuff that I mail out to people, I take pictures before I even package up the products, so that I can say, I know this is what I sent. Because I know I'm not infallible either. Just today, somebody said, hey, Kim, I bought this and you sent me that. And I went back to the picture and I said, sure enough, girl, I was so sleepy when I packed that up, I must have read it wrong. And I said, I'll ship out what I should have sent to you tomorrow. No problem. But I have a check and balances for myself as much as for anybody else. So I advise you to do the same thing. Sorry about that, y'all. I got a phone call. But I advise you to do the same thing. Have a checks and balances for yourself, okay, guys? But at first, this made me really upset, to the point where I was like, that's it. I'm not taking on no new people. I'm not doing no deals. I'm not doing this, because people don't appreciate it. And then I had to take a step back and say, Kim, don't let one person ruin it for everybody. You have literally dealt with thousands of people. This is one person who clearly has something going on in their life, to where they don't even make rational arguments. They don't even make logical statements. They don't have logical expectations. But don't let that one person, basically, don't magnify this situation to the point where you forget about all of the great people that you help, all of the great interactions, all of the people that tell you, thank you, Kim, for the deals you provide. Thank you, Kim, for the fast service you provide. Thank you, Kim, for the great customer service you provide. Thank you, Kim. And even when you make a mistake, Kim, do y'all know the majority of people are actually very good people? The majority of people are not impatient. The majority of people are not rude. The majority of people are not cheap. The majority of people are good. So you can never let the minority make you forget about the majority. Don't magnify the bad to the point where you forget about the good. So that's the second lesson. And the third lesson was kind of embedded in that. Keep your records. Guys, there are many of you in my company and you do private transactions. You sell samples, you break things up, and whatever the case may be, or you sell to people in the streets. Guys, let me tell y'all something. I'm so happy when they say that MLM is personal development with a compensation plan attached. It is the truth. If you are not doing your personal development, you will quit this business. You will quit this business. You will let the bad people say, you know what, the heck with all this, I'm out. If you are not doing personal development, when somebody comes at you talking crazy, you will curse them out. I used to curse people out with the quickness, and I'm so happy and thankful and grateful that, and don't get me wrong, now I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, but as it relates to my business, there's no room for that. I am so happy that although this was a private transaction, see, this didn't involve corporate. She and I dealt with each other privately. But look, it got to the corporate level because she took it there. And I'm so happy that when I sent those screenshots to corporate, I wasn't cursing her out. I wasn't like, what you're saying is crazy. I wasn't going off on her. I maintained my professionalism throughout the whole entire interaction. So I'm so happy. Every time you interact with customers, guys, do it as if somebody else were looking. Don't think because you're selling this to you know, your church member, or somebody privately, that corporate is never going to see it. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. There are some people in MLM who cheat people. There are some people who literally have people pay them and they never send the product, or they send the product 4 weeks later. Sorry, I went out of town and girl, I had so much going on, but here we go. I mean, I have had comments on my YouTube videos from other people who say, this rep cheated me out of that, and da 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 da, and I never got a response from their people. There are some people who do that, and those people are fortunate that that customer didn't go to corporate on them and say, investigate this rep, they're out here taking people's money. Because if that were the case, those people's back offices would be shut down. So my point to you is this: don't think that your private transaction can't be made public, because it can. So I told my team this. I said, sometimes on Facebook Messenger, when we're dealing with people on Facebook, we send voice notes, or Instagram, we send voice notes. That's fine, because it saves time instead of typing out all the stuff. That's fine to do. But what you want to do, guys, is in the event that you send a voice note, if it's about your business matters, again, come back and make sure you type it out and say, hey, just to reiterate, in case you couldn't hear my voice note, in case there's background noise, or in case the voice note doesn't go through, you always come back and you put in black and white print what it is you said to cover your behind. And you always maintain a level of professionalism, so that if another third party has to get involved between you and this customer, that you're not embarrassed by your actions. You're not embarrassed by your words. You're not embarrassed by how you behaved in the situation. So anyway, I want to wrap this up because it's getting kind of long, but I want y'all to get this. It's very, very important, because everything that I've been working for the last few years could have been erased. Could have been erased, guys, if I did not maintain my professionalism, have records of what happened, and if I was not a part of a company that was fair. That was fair. I could have been telling my team, hey y'all, I'm no longer in the company. Sorry. I could have been, all because of somebody being selfish. All because of somebody who, like, she really must have some things going on in her life to be this type of person, and to use the name of God to do it. So anyway, the corporate sided with me and said we were not aware that she was requesting a refund for products that she had thrown in the trash. We see that you have tried to do everything to help this client. We will let her know what you said. She'll still get her refund if she, via the same payment method that she used to pay you. Guys, for the longest time she was saying, I can't use that payment method anymore, give it to me this way, give it to me that way. Well, when corporate told her you can only get your refund via the same payment method that you use, guess what? Magically she was able to get that payment method back. So within 24 hours of them letting her know, you're only going to get it the same way you paid it, she re-downloaded it. I sent her the money for, remember, she wanted a full refund for all 3 products. I sent her the money back for exactly what she sent me. Do y'all know that she messaged me again saying, I can't believe you sent this little money. You supposed to be a grown woman and this is between, God is going to judge you. And again, went off on me about God. This is going to cost you more than you know. Your business is going to, she just went, I don't need this little money. I'm sending it back to you. Do you hear me? After all of this, she claimed she couldn't download that app again, Zelle, that she paid with. Then magically she downloaded it again. When corporate said that's what you have to do. All this time, she complained about not getting a refund. Then I give her a refund, as I've always stated, for what she sent back. And now she sends the refund back. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I have still not directly communicated with her. I am only communicating with corporate, and that's just what it's going to be. But like I said, I wanted to vocalize this because I know some of y'all out here, and the final lesson, guys, because if you're watching this, just know this: while I'm not gonna stop providing deals, I'm not gonna stop serving my customers in the manner that my customers have grown accustomed to, and the manner that the majority of my customers appreciate. However, there will be some changes up in this mug. Oh yes. Especially if you're a new customer, if you call me, because what I notice is there are patterns of behavior with people that are problematic. No longer will I ignore certain clues. If somebody calls me and they say, hey, well, can you do something on the price? Because, my money. Anytime somebody indicates to you that they care more about their situation and they could care less about yours, that's a problem. Pay attention to that clue, guys. When somebody asks you, I don't have much money, you can't work on that price. See, I don't mind somebody calling me and say, hey, I saw there was a deal. Do you by chance still have that deal? I don't mind that. What I do mind is somebody going, well, Kim, I got a lot of bills. I'm just going to tell you the way my bank account set up, the way my situation is. Whenever somebody says that to y'all, pay attention to this. They're telling you that they want you to take into account their situation, but they're not taking into account your situation. They want you to cut your prices so that they can pay their bills, but they're not paying attention to the fact that if you cut your prices, you won't be able to pay your bills. So whenever you're working with selfish people, they will they'll say little things. Now, if you're money hungry and if you're just trying to hurry up and get a customer, you will not notice those clues. But I'm telling y'all, the more I do this business, the more prudent I become in my transactions, the more astute and in tune I become at listening to the words that people choose to use and what those words mean. So no longer will I do business with if anybody even remotely indicates that they have a problem with my pricing or how I handle my business, we're not a good fit. I think you should find another rep who can accommodate you as you see fit. If somebody says, you charge me $15 for shipping, and I see on the website if I had gone through them, it would be $13. That if you're gonna nickel and dime me over $2, we got a problem. You know why? Because you're not even taking it to it. First of all, they will just look at the shipping and they won't look at the taxes. And you'll try to explain this to people. You're not even taking into account the taxes. Well, why would I pay for shipping if I've had people just say the most ludicrous things. For me to send out the volume of packages that I send from my home to service my customers in a way that is most convenient for them, I have to have a stamps.com account. Guess what, guys? Stamps.com isn't free. I pay a monthly fee for stamps.com. I pay a monthly fee to have that convenience, because that's just the volume of stuff. Nobody takes that into I shouldn't say nobody, but selfish people won't take that into consideration. Selfish people won't take into consideration the fact that I have to have packing materials. If I'm shipping the products to you instead of having you go through corporate because you want it to come from me instead of them for whatever the reason may be, I pay for packaging. I pack my orders when my son goes to sleep late at night. I stay up late at night. It's not hard because I have a system now, but I'm just saying, you're not taking into account my time, my energy, and additional expenses. Guys, that's how I'm telling y'all, don't do business with these people. It's not worth it. It will never be worth it. They will always be more of a headache than what it is worth. So from now on, I'm not going to stop doing business with new people, but if somebody new reaches out to me, if they're not familiar with my practices, there will be a just like on the website, how there's a disclaimer that you have to check before you check out, saying, I understand the 30-day money back guarantee is not from products bought from these sites, and it's only for 30 days, and oh, I got a disclaimer now, and if you don't want to sign it, we will not do business. You will not get the deal. If you have a problem with any of my pricings, if you have a problem with, do not call me if you don't trust me. I've had some people call me and say, hey, I see that you have good deals and it looks like you're helping people, and do you have the Fun Friday deal that I missed? And I'd be like, dang, actually I do have one left. You can get it. Oh, but I'm just, how am I going to get the money to you? Because, no offense, but, I don't know you. I don't know you either. So I don't know what you think is going to happen here, but I'm not going to send you the product first and then you send me the money after you get the product, because I don't know you any more than you know me. So if you don't trust me, that's super duper cool. Just know this, I don't trust you either. And if you don't trust me, just don't call me, because we can't do business. I do business the same way any other business does it. You pay for the product and then I ship it. That's just it. I don't know what to tell you. Okay? So, again, thank you to my company for being fair. I'm so happy and thankful and grateful that I am a part of a company that looks at both sides of the coin and keeps me in business while they investigate the situation, instead of shutting people down. Because like I said, y'all don't even be studying other MLM companies to know other MLM companies will shut you down and ask questions later, if at all, or they'll just shut you down and never ask your side of the story. Go to the MLM Nation podcast and you'll see exactly what I mean. Listen to the hell that other leaders go through with their companies, and that'll make you appreciate what you're a part of way more. Y'all don't know. Half of y'all not even really in business. You don't have nothing going on. You don't have no transactions going on. So you really fully can't appreciate what you have. Because ain't nothing popping in your back office. Start getting some transactions. Start interacting with some customers. Start getting some momentum in your business. And then you'll see, wow, this vehicle is amazing. This company is amazing. And again, when these storms come at you, do not fold. Don't bend. Don't bow down. Don't give up. This is the price you have to pay for success. This is a part of the process. And just know that if you survive, when you survive the storm, because you've been tuned in and tapped in to your personal development, when you survive the storm, know that the next level is coming. That's why the storms come, to test you, to see if you are ready for the next level. I have been dealing with this situation back and forth for the last few days, and corporate said, you know what? And I screenshot corporate the nasty text message that she sent me, and I said, again, I have not spoken to this client directly. I have no desire to do so. Please just keep this for your records. And corporate said, don't worry, we got it from here. So it's done. It is done. But I want y'all to learn from what I went through. And I told my team, I said, I'm so happy I went through this, because now it's a great story to share so that you don't have to go through it. Y'all document everything and always talk to people as if somebody else is looking, somebody else is watching, because one day they may be. And you want to be proud of your actions. You want to be proud of how you handled a situation. It's super duper important. When this situation happened and I got that email from corporate on Friday, and the fact that they let my back office stay open was huge. You know why? Because I had two clients on Saturday that dropped over $350. One client ordered like $350 worth of products, and another client ordered like $500 worth of products. Guess what, y'all? If corporate had shut me down, then when those people went to my link, they wouldn't have been able to purchase. Right? they wouldn't have been able to purchase. And those were, I'm just saying, those were the two biggest orders that I can think of. But there were other orders that have come through while I was dealing with this whole entire situation. So I would have lost so much money. And that's what that lady wanted. You know, that's just a vindictive, sad person who has something going on. This was not about me, clearly. This is about something that's going on with her. It always is about something in their own personal life. And she's trying to take it out on me. But that's okay. And like she said, God will judge us both. Okay, ma'am. I'm cool with that, because I know how I handled this transaction, and I also know that you were not honest in when you reported me. So guys, I hope, have you ever dealt with a situation like this? Did you learn something from this video? I know it was long, but it was important that I want y'all to get it. This is a real business. There are certain things you do in business. And if you want to be successful in business, you're going to have to deal with some stuff that's not fair. But if you cover your own butt, it will work out for your good. And when you weather the storm, you will be promoted. And this has taught me, again, I will be so much better. Every time I get a crazy client, trust me, it helps me be better in my business, because it teaches me, like I said, it teaches me and it tunes me in to the actions and the behaviors and the words of people like that only think about themselves, so that the next time I'm able to recognize it way quicker, and I don't even fool up with them. All money ain't good money. Leave these people alone, y'all. Learn who to work with on your team. Learn who to work with as a customer. And let these people who are perpetual victims, who only talk about their situation, who only think about themselves, leave them alone. Stop thinking, let me see how I can work this out. You don't need to work it out. Leave them alone. There's way too many people out there that will be great clients. I have great clients. Peggy, Maribel, Dorothy. I have great people on my team. The people who will cause the most hell in your life, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, okay? All right, y'all. I'm going to drink my mango pineapple smoothie. I'm going to listen to some training, follow up with some team members, and get back to my life. Now that this situation, that's why y'all ain't seen me on video. Because when my headspace ain't right, oh, baby, no, I couldn't come on video. Because I know all too well, when you in a funk, some things liable to come out your mouth that shouldn't be made public. So I had to just woo-saw. I had to woo-saw all by myself. But now it's all good. All right? Did y'all learn anything from this? Are you going to share it with your teams? Did I help you to run your business better? And again, and for you customers out there, here's the moral of the story too. You will always get more. You'll get so much. If she had just been reasonable, not once did she say thank you for honoring the 30-day satisfaction guarantee, even though you don't do it with private transactions. Not once did she say, you're right, I threw the stuff in the trash, but Kim, I had so much going on in my life. I wasn't even paying attention, and it wasn't until after the fact that I was like, oh my gosh, I should have sent that back too. You get so much. You get so much more when you're nice to people instead of being loud and rude. I see it all the time. People just think if I yell long enough or loud enough, then people will give me what I want. But guys, I guarantee you always will do better in the end when you're just fair, when you're honest, when you're upfront, and when you just try to work things out with people versus trying to strong arm them, spiritually blackmail them, and things of that nature. Okay? So that's a lesson for customers and clients as well. Anytime I'm in an establishment, a business, and I have a service, regardless of whether I'm in the right or the wrong, I always try to rationally communicate what it is I desire and how we can, reach an agreement, whatever the case may be, as a normal person with reasonable requests, so that the situation can just be over. And the majority of time, it always works out in a way that's both fair to me and the other person, regardless of who was initially wrong. All right, guys, I have blabbered long enough. Thank y'all so much for listening. I appreciate y'all. Hope you learned something from this. And to all of my customers who are patient with me, patronize me, and oh gosh, there's so many of y'all that I will forever be grateful for. And I'll never, ever, ever again let one bad apple make me temporarily forget about y'all. All right, bye.